Badass cinematic plays. We talked to Horace
You want
Jones.
information? I've got it. Just don't let people know I gave it to you.
Secrets of Nimbus. Complete. Oops. That was all of it. Nobody missed anything. Alright, so we are tracking down weapons, discovering plots. We continue the Romulan Story Arc. It's a long one. It's a very, very long. This is the last one that's actually just Romulan. Then it's finally just the rest of the galaxy. Whew. Okay. But Lost City of Paradise.
It's funny seeing you folks here. No one seems to bat an eye about our little planet until the Orions get their hands on something nasty. Now between that and the Romulans, this joint is jumping. You want info? Sure, I'll give you info. The owner of the local bar, a reformed Borg by the name of 2 of 8, has his ear close to the ground. He can tell you more about the Tal Shiar. Just don't tell too many people I told you, alright? You want information?
Alrighty, let's go talk to the bar owner.
You're here for information. Someone told you I could give it to you. Make it quick.
What's a liberated Borg doing out here?
Minding his own business. I suggest you do the same.
Fine. What can you tell me about Thaleron triggers?
I'll tell you what I told the others. The Thaleron triggers can be found outside of town. That's where the Orions do their trading. We don't have many rules here, but that's one we all follow. Keep trouble outside the walls. Anybody looking for trouble winds up out there eventually, one way or another.
Other people have been looking?
People have disappeared in the night. Other people go looking for them and don't come back.
Maybe a Romulan, bald, one-eyed, replaced with cybernetics?
Haven't seen anyone like that. I don't go out to the desert. Not my business what happens there.
Seems that the desert is the best lead. Find 5 stashes. Change the universal number to this looking rather than. I can be Chinese. Not great XP, so I would not suggest there you go. Yeah, I would not suggest coming out here for ranking princes. It seems clear that 2 of 8 sent us out here hoping we'd be wounded or killed like the others. We have to confront him about the weapons. But I'll just put it down. He actually broke out. There, reinforcement. What about bro? I'll take care of everything else.
I apologize for the deception. Obviously, it was an error to mislead you. Do not mistake my actions to be hateful. I bear no ill will toward you. Besides, the taciturn X-Borg bit almost always works.
Uh-huh.
I cannot be seen aiding you. The Orion Syndicate would kill me if they knew. However, if you have the resources to survive in the desert, then you might have a chance against the Syndicate.
Where are the Thaleron triggers?
I can only confirm that the Thaleron triggers are in the possession of the Orion Syndicate. I cannot say any more than that. Call it a leftover default of cowardice, or perhaps a strong sense of self-preservation. There's only one man in this town who'd be willing to help you, and that is a man who calls himself Law. He does not come out of his home nearby, but I will tell you a way to signal him. If he wants to talk to you, he will.
Oh, I'll speak to this law.
Who is it? Oh, you're not from around here, are you? Who told you about the signal? Are you just here to annoy me? If you know the signal, then you know I used to be a peacekeeper around here. Well, I'm not signing back up for it. Not after what the Syndicate did to me. Leave me alone.
What were the peacekeepers?
Peacekeepers, ha! That was a novel idea. We were supposed to be the law around here. Most people took it as a joke, but I took it seriously. The Orion Syndicate didn't like that. They dragged me away in front of everyone in the town. Well, I won't go into what Hassan and his crew did to me. All you need to know is that I learned why you don't cross the Syndicate.
Trying to find information about Thaleron triggers. I was told you could help.
Thaleron triggers? Why should I help you with that? The Orion Syndicate will kill me if I tell you anything. You should have tried coming here about 2 years ago. The old me would have helped you in a hurry. Still, you look like you've survived the desert, so you must be strong. Can you guarantee that I'll be safe if I help you?
I'll do everything I can to ensure your safety.
Well, I suppose since you've got yourself a fancy starship and all, maybe you might just be able to make a stand against these people. I still have my doubts, especially with all that extra muscle the Syndicate has now. They're even getting help from the Tall Shar. The Syndicate is now using Nausicaan pirates and Gorn as their thugs. The Syndicate is using Nausicaan pirates and Gorn as their thugs now. They used to meet in ruins nearby to discuss details, make secret deals, and basically plan how to make our lives miserable. That all stopped when sandworms decided to make that place their home. I'm sure there's still some data there. You'll be able to find information in the ruins, either in the old consoles or in the belly of a sandworm. Now get out of here before anyone sees you talking to me.
I'll go to the ruins. I don't have to save one. Forget. Blind man sees all. Of course, find out more about the well, you're alive. Look, how was I supposed to know you were different from the others? I swear. I'll tell you everything you need to know. After all, you might just have the power to stick it to those guys in the Orion Syndicate. And that thing about the blind man? Yeah, that I might have some way of helping you find out more about that. Just don't leave now, alright? People have started to notice me helping you. I don't want to think of what will happen if you leave. By the way, there was someone here looking for you. Said they were sent here on a previous mission, but now they're looking to join up with your crew.
You want information? I've got it. Just don't let people know I gave it. This blind man must be some sort of mole for the Orion Syndicate. The guys who have those triggers you're looking for. Now, I don't know who that guy is, but someone in this town must know. The only way you're going to convince folks to help find this guy is if you show that you're not only strong enough to fight the Syndicate, but that you've got the gumption to defend us from them. Showing some muscle around here would be a great first step. Well, you do that, and I bet someone will step forward to tell you who this mole is and where you can find your triggers. You want information?
Alright. Subadmiral, we might try our luck again with 2 of 8. If we get in his good side, something, he could prove a strong ally. Talk to 2 of 8.
You're looking to help us? Interesting. It makes me wonder what your motives are, but I will not question them. Many people come here looking for something. I'm sure you have replicators on your ship. We have to make do with whatever food and water the Orion Syndicate agrees to sell us, and pay whatever price they charge. They have a stronghold somewhere outside Paradise. I don't go there. Most of us don't wander outside these walls. A replicator for the bar would go a long way towards trust, if that is what you're looking for. Other than that, people always respect a show of authority.
Right. Now we make a show of force. We're moving on to your teams. Show our resolve. We go to our team more support. Boost morale. Boost morale.
We may not like you, but we'll still take your money. What do you want?
A round for the bar.
A round for the whole bar? Well, that's a mighty fine gesture.
Tell your patrons I'll be standing up to the Syndicate. Law wishes to speak to us about the blind man.
Folks around town are starting to talk about you. They think you're really here to turn things around, to help fight the Orion Syndicate. You're looking for the blind man, the informant for the Syndicate. You found him. I've been giving Hassan information for years, ever since that night in the desert. Now, I don't expect you to like me very much, or even trust me, but I can still give you the information that you need. I know how to get to Hassan's stronghold. That's the only place the triggers could be, if he hasn't sold them yet.
Tell me everything you know about the stronghold.
Hassan is in the downed ship in the mountains to the east, but his stronghold is extremely well guarded. Pirates hired by the Orions guard the mountain pass, while the Nausicaans keep guard over a prison area. Please, if you are going up there, rescue the prisoners. They are poor souls from this town who the Orions decided to take, either for the slave trade or just for the pleasure of torture. You'll have to fight your way up through the mountains, but you will eventually reach their stronghold and the triggers. Good luck. I'd say people in this town are rooting for you, just not very loudly.
Thanks. What's your Alright, go. Somebody's name is now. Which was A.
Thank you. I thought I'd be sold into slavery for sure. But I didn't think that a Romulan would ever intervene on my behalf.
Why were you being held?
I made some bad bets and owed Hassan a lot of latinum. He took offense when I couldn't pay. Could have been worse. A lot of the prisoners here get sent to Hassan's stronghold. If they come back, they're so broken that they barely look like people. And the bite marks. I owe you. Sorry I don't have any money.
Don't worry, the Syndicate will be stopped. Oh, you can hide. Is there a queen up here or something? Our queen? Okay. That's chick. Now with our shot. Let's get inside. Shandu.
You did what? That's amazing! If everything you said is true, then you're about to put a stop to Hassan the Undying!
You found the location of Hassan the Undying stronghold. He's operating out of his pleasure palace, which in reality is a broken down old ship. That's the closest thing this place has to an underground club. Men, women, fights, illegal deals, syndicate merchandise, whatever you're looking for, Hassan has it there for a price. What we want is information. Hassan sold the Thaleron triggers to someone. All you need to do is convince him to tell you who, so we can try to get them back. Recommend we start asking some questions. One of these people has to know where Hassan is.
Ah, the latest in a line of well-armed troublemakers. Quite a little disturbance you just caused. I'm not impressed.
Want us to cause a disturbance in here?
Not particularly. Too messy. The screaming disturbs some of the clientele. Besides, the boss said not to kill you. For now, at least. Go on in. Try not to break it.
I love this place. The fighting, the drinks, the dancers. Oh, the dancers. No green women now. I hear Hassan's got an issue with the lion females telling him what to do, so he keeps them out of here. Only takes orders from Melanie Dion herself. Really sweet little setup, though. Makes me want one like it.
Who does the fighting here?
Hassan has a handful of champions and a bunch of people who owe him money. Most of the time the fights are good. Once in a while you get someone who can't fight back. That gets messy.
Do you know how I can get a word with Hassan?
One of the guards by the cells is chatty. Talk to him.
Care to make a friendly wager on the next fight?
Who are we wagering on?
Whoever ends up in the arena next.
No thanks. I'm looking for information. Do you know how I can speak with Hassan?
You'll have to talk to Jensen. If he likes you, we'll make an introduction. But I don't care who you are. I'm not gonna rat out the boss.
Hey, I heard someone like you might be dropping in.
What do you mean?
Eyes, ears, whispers. Word gets around. I assume you want to talk to the big guy?
Need info about Thaleron triggers.
Hassan's not dumb. You shot your way in here. You think we wouldn't notice? He already knows who you are and what you want. And you're still breathing. That means he wants something from you. Now, if you still want to talk to him, check the VIP area. He's usually there before the fights. And watch your back before you find a knife in it.
This smells like a trap. We should find Hassan and get out while we still can.
So, you found your way here. I'm Hassan. I run this planet. You're the one who's been causing me trouble. Don't worry. I like trouble. Keeps things interesting. Now what do you want?
You're selling Thaleron triggers. I want them.
Nah, sorry. That deal's been done. I no longer have the triggers in my possession. And before you ask, I don't normally reveal information about my clients. Privacy is part of the service.
You're going to tell me who has them.
Yeah, I might. This deal was a little different. The buyer wasn't one of my normal clients, and Thaleron triggers are very dangerous. Not the sort of thing I like to deal in, but the Latinum was too tempting to ignore. Maybe they could come to some sort of arrangement. But nothing's free in this world. You do something useful for me, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Do something useful? We've been transported to the arena. Get ready, sir. I think we're the next event. Get oriented. Okay.
The Master of Hounds! Can he bring our new fighters to heel? From the subtropical savannah of Nuro, can the Mugatu make our fighters sweat? This fierce beast is from the frontier of Dewa 3. Let's see if it puts our fighters in a pinch. The result of this match is almost a foregone conclusion. I give you the crew of the Snapdragon. Sometimes you need to take matters into your own hands. Now, you die.
It's Hassan's personal terminal. We should access his files. Sir, we've downloaded Hassan's database. Not only do we have a full account of his weapons deals and the latinum he's been embezzling from the Syndicate, there are records here of prisoners and abductees being delivered to the Tal Shiar contact he calls One Eye. We need to find Hassan and stop him. He knows more about the Tal Shiar than he's telling us. We have everything we need here, Sub-Admiral. I recommend we return to the ship. We need to stop Hassan before he escapes.
Enough! I've tolerated Romulans, lowlives, and scum for too long! Nimbus is a syndicate world, and that is who will remain! Everyone else should run while you can! I'm cleaning house!
There's no way we can take on Hassan's fleet alone, and there are no other ships in range to support us. There are the pirate vessels, however, and the raiders who use Nimbus as a way station have as much to lose as we do. If we can rally them to our side, we might be able to stop Hassan and get the information we need.
Our flow regulators are offline. We require assistance. Thank you. You don't know how helpful you've been.
There was a Thaleron signature coming from that Riemann ship. I think the triggers just warped away. That should do it. We have enough ships on our side to give Hassan a good fight. Before we engage, we should take out the forces harassing the pirate vessels.
You think a handful of garbage scouts can stop the Orion Syndicate? They'll pay for their insolence with their lives, and I'll take you to Melanie Dion in chains.
Sub-Admiral, Hassan is trying to escape, but his engines are damaged. This is our chance, sir. Do we capture him alive, or do we finish what we started? We are a Federation operative now, so engage the tractor beam. We'll take him alive.
I've never known defeat, but now I kneel before you. I will tell you all you wish to know, and then my life is yours.
We've done everything we can here. We should beam back down to Nimbus and continue the search for the Tal Shiar base.
Two good things came out of this. Hassan's not in a position to harm anyone else, and we have his database. You're responsible for both of those things, and that's very commendable. Unfortunately, we didn't achieve all of our goals. The Thaleron triggers are nowhere to be found. Sensor readings your science officer took could mean they're in the hands of the Remans now. What they'll do with them, we can only speculate.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Should have given him a lerpa.
When you first beamed down here, I wasn't so sure about you. But after what you did to Hassan, yeah, you have some skills. So, some Freeman escaped with the triggers? Oh, tough break. I bet he's out of the sector by now. But if there's one man on this rock who'd know where to go next, it's Maul. He can help you bring an end to all of this. Then we can all celebrate with some drinks at the bar. You want him from...
You find a note, written by Law. To Donatellis Aegir Gundersug. The Gorn that serve Hassan have taken notice of you. With Hassan out of the picture, they're making a move to show their strength. They're sending a man to kill you, but I decided to take him myself. I need to do this. I lived the life of a coward, not the life of a Romulan. The Gorn will most likely kill me, but at least I will die taking the stand, that I ran away from 2 years ago. I hope that you're the person you seem to be. If you are, you'll continue to help the people here after I'm gone. Law.
Now, this is embarrassing. I leave a death note behind and you find me alive. Yes, the situation isn't as bleak as I thought it was. You've got that look about you, though. One that says you need information. What can I do for you?
Explain the situation with the Tal Shiar.
If they're anywhere on Nimbus, they're probably using the satellite stations to the south. Hassan used them to stay in contact with the Orion Syndicate without the risk of anyone intercepting his transmissions. I think that's how he coordinated his last attack. The Tal Shiar could probably do the same thing. But that area is the territory of the Pack of Gorn separatists. They don't like anyone who's not a lizard. That will make it harder, but not impossible. Your best bet is to go to the canyon, disable the exterior satellite cables, gather the satellite codes from the Gorn, and then hack the main satellite. That will cut the Tal Shiar on Nimbus off from their support. The canyon entrance has a giant rock arch over it. There are a couple of paths down from the upper rim to the bottom. In the meantime, I'm going to take stock of what I have here for some plans of my own.
Very well. If the Tal Shiar are there, we may find Hakim and all those missing people at the same time. Sub-Admiral. The Gorn systems have additional protection from an encrypted lockout code. I could try to bypass it, but we run a risk of sending the system into high alert. We might need to try the direct approach. If we manually sever some of the cables, that will give us time to work on the bypass without setting off the system alert. To give us a better chance of success, we would need to recover security codes from the Gorn in the canyon. Very well, let's get moving. Usually we're not saying this is our empire and we're loyal and I don't know. Hey, crap. Sir, I think we've located the satellites and the access door. Now we just need to find a way out of here.
Can you hear me? You survived the Gorn and found Hakim's base. I'm well and truly impressed. I've been thinking about something. There isn't anything left for me here on Nimbus. With your permission, I'd like to join your crew and help you stop Hakeef once and for all.
Everything points to the communications array as the hub of Talshar activity on Nimbus 3. There have also been reports of disappearances in the vicinity, and they have to be related. The Talshar have been taking people from all over. Makes sense that they're doing it here, too. It's time to find out what's going on inside that comm array. Get ready. I don't think this is going to be easy.
Sir, this facility could be the key to understanding what the Talshar are doing on this planet. This is about more than the Thaleron triggers. If it wasn't, they wouldn't have left once they learned the triggers were gone. We need to get inside and find out what their real goals are. Or they would have left once they learned the triggers were gone. Any ideas on where we go from here? This looks like an elevator, so my guess is that we head down. If the Talshar are going through this much trouble to hide and isolate this facility, it's a sure bet that they'll be guarding it. As soon as the Talshar know we're here, we'll be fighting for our lives. A stealth approach would be best, and if any alarms trigger, we need to deal with them quickly. We don't have all the data yet, Sub-Admiral, but the Talshar seem to be conducting experiments here. We should investigate. Any proof we can get of Talshar wrongdoing is valuable. You'd think there's servo mechanisms on the
The test subjects are reacting well to the indoctrination procedures. We had a few casualties, as we expected. But those that survived should be able to start Phase 3 by the end of the week. Proceed carefully. This patient hasn't responded well to the treatments. Watch those levels! It's going critical!
What did we just see? Are the Talshar experimenting on people? What could they possibly hope to accomplish with these atrocities? We need to press forward to find out. It's time for answers. Tricorder readings say the room up ahead is a laboratory. We should take a look. We might find out more about what's going on here.
The light. It hurts my eyes. Can you turn it down, please? It's too bright in here.
Tell me what happened.
I was in a shuttle. There were Talshar attacking my colony. There was a blinding light and a noise that vibrated the cabin like it was coming apart. Then there was blackness. I woke up here. They keep asking me questions. Questions about things I don't know. Oh, why didn't they just let me die?
Didn't we meet on Craterus?
Yes. I remember you now. Do you know what happened to Sedan and the others?
No, I'm sorry.
I want to find them if I can. I know the location of Obaset's base. I'll find him. Tell him what I know. Maybe I can... I don't know. These lights... they make it hard to think. I need to be someplace quiet. Someplace dark.
Let's get you out of here.
You're not Talshar. Are you here to take me home?
Yes, tell me who you are.
My name is Rena Kev. I was working on a freighter, the Usakan. We haul anything we can to make some latinum with. We had an offer to take a load of techosite to Gasco Station. My captain didn't like it. We heard there was trouble in that area, but we needed the work, so... The Tall Shar were waiting for us. Captain Sarah let them board. Said they could inspect our cargo and manifest, but they killed him. And then they started shooting everyone else. I don't know why they kept me alive, but they kept asking me questions about terrorists and the Republic and my brother. They said he did such awful things, that he smuggled weapons and killed people. But I know him. I know none of it is true. They're the ones who are evil.
Brenna, don't you remember me?
Yes, you're Tovan's friend. Is Tovan still with you? Can you take me to him?
Yes, I'll let you two have a moment before we continue on.
Rena!
Oh, there he goes.
It's true. How did you find me?
I've been searching for you everywhere. You hadn't sent a message in weeks, and I knew something was wrong. Then I started tracking the Usa Ken, and I couldn't find any trace of it. I almost lost hope, but...
I knew you couldn't have done those terrible things. And I knew you'd find me. You're my big brother, Tovan. You took care of me after the homeworld was destroyed. After Father... I don't know what happens next. But I know I don't want to lose you again.
You won't, Rena. You won't. The Tall Shi'ar can't hurt you anymore. And they'll pay. They'll pay for everything they did to you.
I'm sorry to break up the reunion, but we need to continue on.
Who are you? Are you here to hurt me again? Please, please. I'll tell you anything. Just tell me what you want.
Calm down. Tell me what they've done to you.
There were lights and voices. Voices in my head. They were thoughts, but they weren't mine. That wasn't the worst of it. They hurt me. Cut me. One time, they amputated my hand, and 2 days later, they put it back. There were procedures, and I was awake. I could feel everything. I think they were doing some sort of test, but I don't know what they were for. I just want out of here.
We'll send you someplace safe.
No, 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 no. Make it stop. Make it stop.
We're here to help. We won't hurt you.
Ah, they come in the night. I woke up and one of them was standing over my bed. How did it get in my room? What does it want? Just go home.
Let's get you out of here. Oh, this game sometimes. Sir, I think we need to get to the person responsible for this madness here so we can confront him. There's a communications center in this facility. I'm sure the operatives were in regular contact with Akiv. If we send some false messages, perhaps we could convince him to make an appearance. Good job, team. Stop trying to screw it up. Sir, new life signs dead ahead, and they match the aliens we've been seeing since the attack on Veranet. We know they're working with the Tal Shi'ar. Now could be our chance to capture one for questioning. There, no! I'll get outside the door. Nope. Of course. Stasis field.
Now we have you. If you want to get out of here alive, you'll answer our questions. Let's start with something simple. Who? Stop him!
Sir, that thing decided to kill itself rather than to answer our questions. Why would it do that? I wish we could have learned more, but it looks like your plan worked. The Nicaea reports that an entire Tal Shiar fleet has arrived in orbit in response to the message we sent earlier. It's still there. Elachi. Sir, we're being hailed by the flagship of the Tal Shiar fleet.
I should have known you would be involved with this.
Yep.
I would tell you to stop meddling in affairs that you cannot understand. But if you've proven anything so far, it's that once you're set on a path, you blunder through, heedless of the consequences. Besides, you still owe me a ship. And an eye!
Incoming hail from our new friends, Sub-Admiral. Answer the pirate's hail.
Good fight. I'm sure you're willing to turn a blind eye to a little salvage operation, aren't you?
Sure. There's another hail coming in, sir. Another answer Romulan hail.
Hakeed is a stain on our people's honor. We won't be safe until he's dead.
Colonel Hakeed is hailing us again.
This fight no longer interests me.
Shocked.
Now that you've met my new allies, the Alachi, you understand just how precarious your position is. Run while you can.
Boom,
We can't be lucky enough to have killed him this time, can we? Still, Ren is alive, and she's here. That's more than I could have asked for. I suggest we head back to the surface and wrap things up, sir. Then we can take her back to the flotilla where she'll be safe.
Okay.
You want information? What's been going on around here? I've been hearing strange reports that something major went down at the satellite array in the desert. Did you have anything to do with that?
That was a secret Tal Shiar base.
I heard a Tal Shiar boss man showed up in response to your actions. That true?
You don't need to worry about any Tal Shiar coming here anymore.
I heard that Hakeem fella you Republic types have been looking for showed up. That true?
You don't need to worry about any Tal Shiar coming here anymore.
Well, you sure know how to get things done. People had their doubts about you, but you showed them. Hassan's gone, the Gorn have been put in their place, and now the Tal Shiar too? This keeps up, and Nimbus will be a right nice place to live. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some latinum to collect from 2 of 8. I've been betting on you the entire time.
Enjoy your winnings.
You want information? I've got it.
I knew the Tal Shiar were bad, but mind control, alien experiments, who knows what else they were doing to those poor people? The Alachi have to be stopped, and we're the ones to do it. And tell your friend Toban not to worry about his sister. She's already on her way to New Romulus for some rest and recuperation. She'll be safe there. Good work.